Hey, what's up? This is CJ Brown. Uh, I'm known on the trail as Moxie, and I have worked for Climbworks for 8 summers now, but this summer looks a little bit different. This summer I've taken on the challenge to hike the Appalachian Trail or Appalachian Trail, depending on where you're from. It is the longest footpath only trail in the world that goes from Georgia to Maine, 2,200 miles, and takes about 6 months on average to complete. Um, but I'll tell you a little bit about how that story happened, how this begun. 8 years ago in 2017, I started at Climbworks Kiana Farms in Hawaii on the north shore of Oahu as a zipline tour guide, and immediately fell in love with the island, with the North Shore out there, and the culture, the people, being on a really, really cool island with the ocean and mountains. And absolutely loved my job, meeting new people from all over the world, and teaching them a little bit about Hawaiian history and enjoying the zip lines while at it on a working farm. After working for 2 seasons in Hawaii, I was asked to transfer to our Tennessee location in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. And at first I was really nervous. I didn't want to leave Hawaii because I thought it was the best. But I took a leap of faith and said, yeah, I'll try a new state, learn about a new area. And so I moved out to Tennessee. And again, immediately when I got to Tennessee, I fell in love with the Smoky Mountains, with the biodiversity, the natural history, and of course the people that were there. As a tour guide at Climbworks Smoky Mountains, every day we take up people from, again, all over the world that maybe don't know about the area or learning about the area. And while we get to have a lot of fun and get people out of their comfort zone on the zip line, it's also an awesome opportunity to show them the surrounding area, talk about the different mountains, about the different trees, plants, wildlife in the area. As soon as I moved out to Tennessee, I immediately started going to the library every week because I wanted to dig into the natural history and learn about the Cherokee Indians, the history there, the national park, and again about all of the flora and fauna in the area. And on our third line at the Smoky Mountains zipline course, we bring everybody up to a 360-degree panoramic view, talk about the Smoky Mountains, and we point out up to the Greenbrier Pinnacle, the mountains along that range that host the highest sustained portion of the Appalachian Trail, going from down in Fontana Dam of North Carolina, up the ridge, up to Clingman's Dome, the highest elevation on the Appalachian Trail, and across the ridge line over to Cosby and back down into Davenport Gap. So we tell people about that. We tell them, yeah, it's this crazy hike that people do for 6 months and go through multiple pairs of shoes. And the more I talked about that, the more I thought I ought to do this someday. It sounds really cool. I'd met a couple people that had done it before, did a lot of reading, studying about it. And it just became fixated on my mind to where I thought to myself, I have to do this. I can't back out of it. And so I promised myself I would do it. And finally took that step out of my comfort zone this year, challenged myself to try something new and attempt this. I had never done anything like this before, a thru hike for 6 months. So I took a lot to prepare and plan. But Climbworks has taught me a lot about, it's all about challenging yourself, getting out of your comfort zone. But my favorite part about working at Climbworks and what I've learned most from there is about learning, how it's an important tool to always learn about the area that you're at, be present, the importance of teaching others those things and really connecting with others. A lot of people come there to get that adrenaline rush, and at the end of it, they're best friends with the tour guides, and they've made really good lifelong friends, and again, learned about the area. So I want to challenge each of you guys to take a step out of your comfort zone. Follow us at Climbworks to learn a little bit more about the history of our company, the messages that we send out, the motivation that we want to bring everybody, and we hope to see you out there. Tag us in your adventures, do #AlwaysClimb, #Climbworks, and we'd love to hear your stories and share them with everybody. Thanks.